Hey traders, welcome back to another video. So yesterday I received a DM on my Instagram. If you have not followed my Instagram, please go into the link is in the description. So this trader asked me, hey, I have a system, I have a really solid strategy, but once in a while I'm always caught in the cycle of overtrading, revenge trading, and just a spiral of just bad losses, just ruin all of my effort for months. And to respond to that, very straightforward. If you think you have a strategy, but once in a while you blow up your account, or because of one bad day or one bad week, you lose every single thing, because whether if you overtrade or whatever, that means you don't have a system, right? Because something that I always share within my trade club is, if any trader ever come to me and say, I have a system but I still lose money, that means your system is not in place. Whether if you don't have a system or your system has not been refined, right? So a system basically means you have something that allows you to stick to day in and day out, and even if the worst case scenario happen, you are still protected from the worst possible outcome, which is blowing up account. So I'll give you an example. If let's say today you have a really good month, but all of a sudden, because of whatever reason, you have one bad day, you took 2 losses, right? A solid edge, a system, is where you have a sort of a safety mechanism that tells you, hey, you need to stop trading. So that's a system. All right. Let me share one real story. So for the past 2 to 3 weeks, I had 4 losses in a row. So all of my members, they know exactly I lost 4 trades, because all of my trades are called inside the community. But what happened was, after losing 4 trades, and this week I took 1 win on Euro Aussie short. 1 win, I made 3%. So sort of recover all of the losses. I'm still down 1R, but that's the whole thing about having an edge, is when I was going through a drawdown, my system tells me that I need to slow down and I need to take a step back. That's a system. If your system doesn't have an effective risk management, where you need to stop trading, where it tells you if price cross certain level, the trade idea is invalidated, if the market condition is presenting this or that, then you shouldn't be trading. That means, again, your system is not refined, it's not complete, right? Your system needs to have all of the multiple scenarios, all of the scenario planning, all of the management plan, all of the risk control plan. So once you have all of that and you put them together, that's a system, and that's what we call an edge. Because one of the biggest question I receive is also, hey Neil, what's an edge? An edge is basically a sort of a system that is put into one place that allows you to endure the toughest trading period, that allows you to capitalize on the best possible performing period, that tells you exactly when should you do certain things. It's sort of just following the XYZ, the blueprint, all right? That's an edge, all right? An edge isn't something that you can justify with, oh, I have a bad day, that's why I fail on my psychological aspect, I was greedy, I was impatient. No, because if you are vulnerable to one bad day and you blow up half a year of your effort, that's not an edge. That means you still don't know how to trade. All right, just straightforward, you don't know how to trade yet. Because yeah, I mean, as someone who run a serious trading community, and I have coached over 150 plus traders, let me tell you honestly, almost all of the traders that approach me have the exact same issue, which is they have periods where they're extremely motivated, they stick to the system very well, they follow all their plan, and just one bad day or one bad month, they lost their confidence, they don't know how, they have a lot of self-doubt, they think, they all of a sudden they feel like, I don't know how to trade. So the emotional roller coaster was massive. So it swings from extremely motivated, extremely patient, extremely organized, to inorganized, to completely don't know how to trade, to having self-doubt, to nearly giving up on trading, to blowing up their account. So if you have the emotional roller coaster in your trading, how do you think it's possible to sustain for a long term? It's not possible. All right, because the only way you can trade consistently and achieve that consistent profitability is when your system again accounts for the worst case scenario. And that's why, let me just share some of the protocol, or some of the criteria or mechanism that I implement. First thing, if I lose more than 2 trades in a day, I stop trading. But nowadays, because I'm slowly switching between short, so I'm a day trade to swing trading. It's not really swing trading, but on average, my trades per month nowadays is only been about 8 to 13 trades. So normally you wouldn't, my max daily drawdown wouldn't get hit. Again, this is on my personal account. If you have a fund account, you have a 5% drawdown, but you shouldn't hit that as well, because if you hit 5% max drawdown on a day, that means you definitely over risk. All right, so first thing is, again, setting your max daily drawdown. Second thing is, for whatever trade idea do you have, trade idea basically means what are some of the setups you have on a daily or a weekly basis. Plan them beforehand and plot out multiple scenarios. By plotting out multiple scenarios, if you know how to do it, it's so powerful, because now you engineer your mind to think in various perspectives. You're not just blinded onto one single bias, one direction, because the market, no matter how you think is predictable, it is sometimes unpredictable. Remember this, market, no matter how you think it is predictable, it can sometimes be unpredictable. So what you need to do is you plot out multiple scenarios and you start thinking like a businessman, like a business person. All right, what if price does this? How should I react? If price does this, should I still trade, etc. Another thing is set up. Third point, so again, first point is set up your max daily drawdown. Second point is plan all of your trade idea, have a solid thesis, and plot out multiple scenarios. Third one is set up your final defense line. This is one of the most important sort of a safety pin. That's when I know I need to pull the plug, I need to stop trading. Let's say today you are long on gold, right? You're long on gold, price crossed $2,500 mark, just whatever example, right? As long as price hold above 24.50, I will remain bullish and I'll only be looking to go long. Of course, you don't blindly buy off the long, you don't average into them. But as long as price is above that 24.50, the long setup is valid. If price goes under 24.50, I would no longer look for any long setup. And in fact, I may start looking for some sell side potential. This is what I call a defense line. So for every single trade idea, you have one level marked up, one specific price point marked out, and you say, hey, as long as price stays above here, this is buyer's market. If price goes under, I'm not allowed to be blindly sucked into one specific directional bias. This is, again, very powerful. So these are just 3 examples that you can implement right now to improve your trading. All right, so I hope this video helps a lot of you to understand what's an edge and what's a real system versus you don't even have a system, and what are the 3 main sort of safety mechanism rules that I apply into my day-to-day trading to allow myself to not overexpose to any single trade idea, to not blindly get into the bias of one direction. All right, that's it for the video. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.